Hey friends, Gary here. I'm an enthusiast photographer and a big fan of Micro Four Thirds camera system. Welcome to today's video. Today I want to quickly talk about one of my beloved Micro Four Thirds camera system, which is this guy right here, the Panasonic Lumix GX85. The GX85 was released 9 years ago in 2016, and it is the direct successor to the very famous Panasonic Lumix GX7, which I also had one time. It was also one of my favorite cameras, but I sold the GX7 because it was way too old, and this is kind of my replacement for that camera. When I bought the GX85 in 2022, it instantly became my favorite camera. I took plenty of pictures with this guy. I traveled to so many countries with this guy, and I just had a lot of fun with it. However, fast forward to 2025, now with plenty of new cameras in the market, modern cameras, APS-C cameras, full frame cameras, more Micro Four Thirds cameras, as well as new Micro Four Thirds cameras in my personal collection. Is the GX85 still relevant? Let's find out in today's video. To answer that question, let's analyze the GX85 from different perspectives. Let's begin by talking about features. I think the GX85, being a 9 years old camera, has some features that I think are important for both photography and also to record a little bit of video. One of its most important feature, I think, is in-body image stabilizer. That's the big one because it will allow you to take pictures at slower shutter speed in lower light condition without that movement blur caused by your hands, especially if you are using unstabilized lens. I think that's a very important feature to have. Well, yes, some modern APS-C or full frame cameras, they do have in-body stabilizer as well, but they're not as good as the GX85. With my GX85, I can really record smooth video footage. I'll show you some sample B-rolls captured using the GX85. And also for photography, I can go down to as low as half a second without tripod. That's really impressive. Not many cameras can do that, except maybe for some Olympus or OM system cameras. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's actually raining. But I'm going to crack on and tell you how much I love my GX85 anyway. Other great features of the GX85 is definitely its manual control. Now, GX85 is relatively a compact mirrorless camera. It's not really that big, it's not really that heavy, being a traditional Micro Four Thirds rangefinder camera, but there are plenty of buttons and dials. Changing settings using this camera is quite easy. You can quickly change aperture, shutter speed, ISO, white balance without having to go into the menu or using the touchscreen functionality to do that. It's just so convenient. Another great feature of the GX85 is definitely its EVF. It has a viewfinder, not a great one, but definitely in a pinch, you can just use it to help framing your composition or to check focus. Next point that I want to share is image quality. Well, yes, the GX85 isn't exactly a new camera, but I think it has what I call the timeless image quality. Now, hear me out. Modern cameras now is quite stagnant in my opinion. Well, yes, if you buy a newer camera that's just released, you'll get improvement in terms of image quality, no doubt about it. Better detail, better sharpness, slightly better color, better low light performance and dynamic range, sure. But to view that improvement in image quality, you have to zoom in on every picture. You have to really pixel peep to see that jump in terms of image quality. And that's not how we view photos. We don't zoom into the photos all the time. We usually see the bigger picture as it is so that we can see the whole photograph as a whole. And when you don't need to pixel peep into every single picture, then I think the GX85 will provide you with more than good enough of image quality. I mean, it's significantly better than even modern day flagship smartphone cameras. I think it'll give you that boost of image quality. But as it is, I mean, looking at the pictures, everything looks so nice. There's plenty of details, plenty of contrast. The colors look right, looks okay, and also there's plenty of dynamic range, especially if you are shooting raw with this guy. No problem at all in terms of image quality, and I won't hesitate to use this camera even now in 2025. Next point, I want to talk about handling. The GX85, again, being a relatively compact micro four thirds camera, it doesn't have a terribly large grip on the front like maybe on the GH7 or the OM1 or OM5, but it is more than comfortable enough to hold most micro four thirds lenses. Now the problem with camera handling, especially with smaller camera, is that if your camera is too small, handling larger lenses will become difficult and uncomfortable for a long period of time. For example, I have my GF9. When I attach my big ultra telephoto lens with it, the Panasonic 100 to 300mm lens, yes, I can handle that lens just fine with that camera, but after a few minutes, it starts to feel so weird, unbalanced, and just uncomfortable. Now, with the GX85, I think the experience is much better, and fortunately, most lenses will feel at home with this guy. For example, right here, I have the Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7 with the GX85. It's just so perfect. Other lenses that's slightly bigger, such as the Olympus 12-40, f2.8, or maybe the Olympus 75mm telephoto, or the Panasonic Lumix 35-100mm f2.8, or maybe the super zoom lens Panasonic Lumix 14-140mm f3.5 to f5.6. They all feel so good with this GX85. Anyway, let's do a little bit of a size comparison between the GX85 and some of my other Panasonic Lumix Micro Four Thirds cameras. Let's begin with my newest one, which is the Panasonic Lumix G100. Here it is from the front, from the top, from the side. Yeah, it's about the same size, but the G100 has that viewfinder hump on the middle. Next, my oldest Panasonic Lumix GX8. The GX8 is definitely bigger. This is how it is from the front. From the top, the GX8 is also chunkier, but it has more manual control and bigger EVF. This is from the side. The grip on the GX8 is massive, by the way. Next is the smallest Micro Four Thirds camera that I currently have, the GX850 or the GF9. Yeah, it is smaller, especially from the front, as you can see. From the top, yeah, it is narrower, and it is just thinner, especially from the side, as you can see. And this is my biggest Micro Four Thirds Lumix camera. This is the G85 with the GX85. Yeah, the G85, it is so much chunkier compared to the GX85. The grip is just massive, manual control is the best with that guy. And here's from the side, just overall thicker, bigger, heavier. Next point that I want to share is that the GX85, I think, is a fun camera. First of all, this camera is extremely responsive. Boot time is very quick with this guy, so the time needed for you to power on the camera until you can take picture is almost instantaneous. Also, single autofocus is very fast and precise with this guy. It is so dependable for most photography situation. And the camera also feels very tactile. The button layout just makes a lot of sense. Everything is so logical. The placement is within reach of your fingers. I mean, also holding the camera, it feels so nice on your hands. It's just a comfortable camera, especially when you use it on the field. Both of these factors combined, the responsiveness of the camera, the tactileness of the camera, creates a unique package that is really fun and enjoyable to shoot with on the field. The GX85 truly is an inspiring camera. It motivates me to take more pictures when I'm out and about in the field. It's like I'm addicted to take pictures with this guy. I mean, I cannot stop. I just want to take more pictures and I don't want to put it down. Anyway, guys, look at that dark rain cloud right there. It's so massive, it's so scary, and I should probably take shelter right now. But I just don't want to stop talking about how good the GX85 is. This is just such a fun camera, and I want to continue doing this until it rains. I don't mind getting soaked wet talking about the GX85. The point is, photography isn't just about the absolute best image quality, the absolute lowest noise performance, the absolute best performance, latest and greatest. No, it is also about having fun. And I think my GX85 provided me with plenty of fun when I'm out and about shooting on the field. And yeah, sometimes we obsess too much into little insignificant details like the improvement of sharpness, slightly more megapixel, slightly better lower noise performance, slightly faster autofocus, this and that, but that is so insignificant compared to the fun and joy that you could have just using what you already have and go out there taking some pictures and having a good time. This video isn't about forcing you to buy a GX85. Come on guys, it's the best Micro Four Thirds camera ever. You should have it or you're going to regret it. No, I'm not forcing you to buy a GX85. The point of this video is about using what you already have and go out there, take some pictures, have some fun. This is also about, not being obsessed about the latest and greatest. Although there's nothing wrong about that. If you have the money, you have the budget, and you just want to have a little bit more fun, you want to buy new gear, go ahead and do that. I'm not against it at all. But again, sometimes using what we already own, we don't have to obsess too much about upgrading our gear, and we can just go out there, use what we already have to have some more fun in the field. And now that it's raining, it's time to wrap up today's video. So that is all for my thoughts and experience about the GX85 after some years. Hopefully this has been exciting, fun, inspiring, entertaining as well. And yeah, please let me know on the comments down below. What is your favorite old camera? I want to know about you guys more. Please share on the comment down below. Let's have a little bit of a chat. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you are interested about my daily lives as well, I make a new vlogging channel, Gary Daily YT. You can check the link also in the description. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.